All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth. It's like in sincerity. Now, this is just a clip on what's going on with the Haitians coming across the border, which the Haitians are the tribe of Levi, according to the Bible. But not only are Haitians coming across the border, I've been watching multiple clips. They say you got Issacharites, which are Mexicans, come across the border, other Latin tribes, also Africans coming across that border. But what's going on, reason I'm bringing out this clip, because the way that it's being handled with the horses and Esau being on the horses goes back to the slave patrol. And, it's been in the media that these Edomites that have been using these whips or these horse, I forgot the specific names, but have been using their horse whips, just for lack of for the correct term, to whip and deter these border crossers, man. So I'm gonna play this clip, and then I'm gonna show you a picture on how this does look like the slave patrol, and then I'm gonna go into the document on the slave patrol, because ultimately the whole world is in that spirit of that Esau versus Jacob, slavery, etc. That's how Esau has been. That's what one of the main agendas Esau has been pushing. You know. So I'm going to play this clip.
We're having a hard time. Our family sends us money, but we can't eat. We have children, but don't have diapers. Look, now I have to cross to the Mexican side with wet money to be able to buy things for the child, and we have nothing. We're unable to eat. I need help with everything that's happening to us over there, because there are a lot of children, and they're only removing the single parents, and the children are left alone. Just imagine.
As you can see, you can tell that that's the spirit that these Edomites are in. Um, this is just one picture. Let's see. I don't know if they got another picture, but I'll look up another picture after I get through reading this. This is slave patrol. Slave patrols, traditionally known as patrollers, rollers, patty rollers, or patty rollers, right? By enslaved persons of African descent, were organized groups of armed men who monitored and enforced discipline upon slaves in the antebellum U.S. southern states. The slave patrol's function was to police enslaved persons, especially those who escaped or were viewed as defiant. You can tell that spirit is out there. They also formed river patrols to prevent escape by boat, and as you can see, they battle rivers. Policing the movements of black people, slave patrols were explicit in their design to empower the white population. They were first established in South Carolina in 1704, and the idea spread throughout the colonies before their use ended following the Civil War. It says formation of slave patrols. It says slave patrols first began in South Carolina in 1704 and spread throughout the 13 colonies, lasting well beyond the American Revolution. As the population of enslaved black people boomed, especially with the invention of the cotton gin, so did the fear of resistance and uprisings by the enslaved. The development of slave patrols began when other means of slave control failed to quell enslaved people's resistance. Their biggest concern was the enslaved being held against their will on plantations, since that is where enslaved populations were highest. Initially, incentives were offered to the non-slave owning majority of whites, such as tobacco and money, to urge whites to be more vigilant in the capture of runaway slaves. When the approach failed, slave patrols were formally established. Laws were put into place to regulate the activities of both blacks and whites. It says black persons were subjected to questioning, searches, and other harassment. Slaves who were encountered without passes from their white masters were expected to be returned to their owners, as stated in the slave code, and which we know we didn't watch many movies on. 12 Years a Slave is an example. Uh, Slaves that did have documentation or were free were eventually put back into slavery, or they were killed. And a lot of the slaves that were on the run were killed too. It says punishment for runaway slaves, such as whippings and beatings, could be expected. More than floggings and beatings, however, enslaved people feared the threat of being placed on the auction block and being separated from their families. If caught by patrols and returned to their masters, being placed on the auction block was an option for masters who no longer wanted to deal with their non-compliant slaves. During these times, slaves were often neglected and mistreated despite having permission to travel. Right, so, and I'm not going to read too much more into that, but let me see. Slave patrol images. These are some images. Okay, man, we got really much. Slave patrol. These are some images. All right, now I'm going to bring out some scriptures. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. Right, so generations are passed and then they come. It's a continual cycle. I'm going to jump down. It says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has been already of old time, which was before us, right? So even the spirits and us people, we had previous lives according to the Bible, which means reincarnation. So them same slave owners and slave masters and patty rollers and slaves are back now today reenacting um their lot out, because eventually it's going to be judgment. That's one of the main reasons why, because Levi is being judged and they're where they at because of their wickedness, and they coming over here to America, and America's going to be destroyed. So they're going to get another judgment, ultimate judgment, if the Lord let them survive that long. You know, it says, there's no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things. See, the Lord don't want us to remember our former lives. Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Right, man? So the Lord don't want us to remember our former lives. That's why we don't know. But we have been here before, and we are playing out our same lot today as we were playing back in the ancient times. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, right? Taxes, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power, right? So we still in our captivity. That's why this stuff is still going on. Israel is not free. We don't even know. I mean, the Israelites don't even know what their real nationality is, what God to serve. And they started depending on this Edomite, this white man, to deliver them, and they keep getting their ass handed to them, man. But that's all because of the sins of our forefathers, man. Um, the prophecy for Levi was instruments of cruelty are in their habitation. They do a lot of witchcraft. Hence the reason why the Lord keep destroying their land, so to speak. This next precept is let me grab this. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. Woe meaning destruction unto them, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Right, so they depending on Esau and his deliverance other than the Lord's, man. So that's eventually gonna lead to their death. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. It says, ye were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies, right? Because Esau is our enemy. This white man is our enemy, man. Jacob's still asleep to it. For ye provoked him, and even if they're not still asleep to it, they don't, act upon it how they supposed to act according to the Bible. It says, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils. and Levi is well known for that. Levi and the Latin tribes, man. They got actual religions to where they worship Satan. It says, "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High." Yeah, how about Shemal Shai? And I'm going to jump. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 27. "Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it were your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more." And that's what's supposed to be happening right now. Israel's supposed to be seeking the Lord 10 times more. For you brothers that's out there that's watching the video, we supposed to be seeking the Lord 10 times more, man, because we got woke up in captivity and we were under the vibration of the spirit of this world, the principality of the air, man. So it says, for as it were your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that had brought these plagues upon you, because this is a plague that's happening to us, man, shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. Right, man. So some of the Levites that to come up into America, if they do be woken up, it's and to the truth, it's for their salvation. But 2/3 gonna have to die over here in America, man. And then the rest of the nations of the 12 tribes of Israel that ain't over here, they're gonna be getting judged too until the Lord come back, man. And everything gonna be set in its right proper order. So with that, I just wanted to make some short. Call out Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.